ਆਓ ਹਠ ਹਸਤ ਮੜੀ ਘਰ ਛਾਇਆ ਤਰਨ ਗਗਨ ਕਲ ਥਾਰੀ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਕੇਤੀ ਸਬਦ ਉਧਾਰੀ ਸੰਤੋ ਰਾਓ। ਹੁਕਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪੇਜ 907-908 ਅੰਗ 907 908 ਰਾਮਕਲੀ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ। ਆਓ ਹਠ ਹਸਤ ਮੜੀ ਘਰ ਛਾਇਆ ਤਰਨ ਗਗਨ ਕਲ ਥਾਰੀ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਕੇਤੀ ਸਬਦ ਉਧਾਰੀ ਸੰਤੋ ਰਹਾਓ। Ramkali Mahalla first. In this Shabad, while talking to some yogis, Guruji tells them about the conduct and merits of those who listen and act on the Guru's advice and the kind of yoga they practice. To start with, Guruji makes one concept about God clear to the yogis. He says, O yogis, that God, who extending his hand of power, has given support to both earth and sky. He has made his abode in each and every heart. Stanza 1. Next, regarding the merits of the Guru, he says, O saints, by attuning them to the Gurbani, the Guru's word, God has emancipated many mortals in the world. 1- pause. Mamta maar home sokh hai त्रिभुवन जोत तुम्हारी मनसा मार मन मैं राखै सतगुर शब्द विचारी. Now, briefly stating what changes come in that person whom God emancipates through the guidance of the Guru, he says, O God, whom you emancipate through the Guru, stilling worldly attachment, that person dispels yoga from the mind, and then dispels ego from the mind, and then to such a person only your light seems to be pervading in all the three worlds. Stanza 2. Guruji adds, by reflecting on the word of advice of the true Guru and by controlling the worldly desires, such a person keeps them confined in the mind itself and does not run after worldly riches to fulfill his or her desires. Stanza 3. ਸਿੰਘੀ ਸੁਰਤ ਅਨਾਹਦ ਵਾਜੈ ਕਟ ਕਟ ਜੋਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਪੰਚ ਬੇਨ ਤੇ ਪਰ ਪੰਚ ਬੇਨ ਤਹੀਂ ਮਨ ਰਾਖਿਆ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਅਗਨ ਪਰ ਜਾਰੀ. Referring to the Singhi, a special kind of flute looking like a horn which yogis play to help them in their meditation, Guruji says, O God, in the consciousness of the Guru's followers, whose mind is attuned to you, rings the flute of the continuous melody of divine word, and they realize your light in each and every heart. Stanza 4. Continuing the reference to the special flute or singhi of the yogis, Guruji says, O God, the true yogi deems this entire universe as the divine flute or singhi. He has kept his mind stabilized in this world itself, and he doesn't run to jungles or mountains for concentration, and within himself he has lighted the fire of divine knowledge. Stanza 5. Panch tat mil ahnis deepak nirmal jot apari rav sas loke etan kingri vajay sabd nirari. Describing the kind of lamp a Guru's followers keeps burning to provide him or her with light, Guruji says, O yogis, upon obtaining the body which has been made by joining together the five elements, a Guru's follower keeps burning to him or her burning in him or her the lamp of the immaculate light of the limitless God. Stanza 6. Continuing the metaphor, he says, O my friends, for a Guru's follower, the sun and moon, the right and left nostrils are the two goals, and this body is a guitar wherein plays the wondrous melody of the divine word. Stanza 7. Sivnagari mein asan audu alk agam apari kaya nagari he man raja panch vasa vichari. As for the place where the yogi of the Guru established his seat for meditation, Guruji says, O yogi, a disciple of the Guru does not run to jungles to sit in meditation. Instead, while still remaining in his or her family, the detached disciple of the Guru makes his or her seat in the city of the indescribable, incomprehensible, and limitless God. In other words, a Guru's follower concentrates on the incomprehensible God within his or her own body. Describing the state of mind of a Guru's follower, Guruji says, O yogi, for a Guru's follower, this body is like a city, the mind is the king, and the five sense faculties abide like thoughtful persons and do not wander after evil temptations. Stanza 9. Sabde rave asan ghar raja, adal kare gunakari, kaal bikaal kahe keh bapure, जीवत मुआ मन मारी. Describing how the mind, as trained by Guru's wisdom, controls the rest of the body and the senses, Guruji says, O yogis, seated like a king on his throne, the mind keeps uttering and reflecting on the word of the Guru. It dispenses justice based on merits and not on any other considerations, such as the status or wealth of the parties. Stanza 10. Guruji now tells us about the state of mind of a true yogi who has thus controlled his or her mind. He says, O yogis, what harm can the poor death or life do to a person who has controlled his or her mind, as if he or she is dead, even though alive? Not even the fear of the pain of births and deaths can scare such a yogi who follows Guru's advice. Stanza 11. ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश सिख मूरत आपे कर्ता कारी काया शोध तरह भव सागर आत्म तत्व विचारी. As for the beliefs of such Guru's followers regarding other lesser gods, Guruji says the yogi trained by the Guru believes that God himself has the power to do everything. Even Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are nothing but the embodiments of his power of creation, sustenance and destruction. Stanza 12. Describing how a Guru's follower swims across this worldly ocean, he says, O yogi, a Guru's follower crosses over the dreadful worldly ocean by reflecting on the essence of his soul and purifying his or her body by protecting it from evils. Stanza 13. गुरु सेवा ते सदा सुख पाया अंतर शब्द रव्या गुणकारी आपे मेल लय गुणदाता हमें तृष्णा मारी. Guruji adds, O yogi, a Guru's follower has always obtained peace by serving the Guru and acting on his advice, and within him or her remains abiding beneficial word and advice of the Guru. Stanza 14. Now telling us about the grace which God bestows on such a Guru's follower, he says, O yogi, after stilling the ego and the fire of worldly desires, God, the giver of merits, himself unites such a Guru's follower with himself. Stanza 15. Tragun mete chautha varta eha bhakt nirari Gurmukh jog sabde atum chine Hirday ek murari. Summarizing the unique devotion of such a Guru's follower, Guruji says, O yogi, a Guru's follower dispels and rises above the three modes of Maya or the desires for vice, virtue or power, and lives in the fourth state of Turiya, in which none of these affect one's mind. And this is such a person's unique way of worship. Stanza 16. In short, defining the yoga of a Guru's follower, Guru says, O my friends, the yoga of a Guru's follower is that one keeps examining oneself on the basis of the Guru's word and keeps enshrined the one God in one's mind. Stanza 17. Manua sthir sabde rata eha karni sari ved bad na pakhand avdu gurmukh sabd vichari. Now giving the essence of the way of life of a Guru's follower, he says, O yogi, The mind of a Guru's follower always remains imbued with the word of the Guru, and this is the essence of his or her entire conduct of life. Stanza 18. Regarding studying other holy books such as Vedas and Puranas, Guru says, O yogi, a Guru's follower doesn't enter into any religious controversies regarding interpretations of Vedas or practices hypocrisies. By Guru's grace, he or she only reflects on the word of the Guru and acts accordingly. Stanza 19. Gurmukh jog kamave audu jat sat sabd vichari sabd mare man mare audu jog jugat vichari. Describing how a Guru's follower practices yoga, including control of sexual desires and truthful living, Guru says, O yogi, a Guru's follower practices yoga, celibacy, and truthful living only by reflecting on the word of the Guru and by acting on his advice. Stanza 20. Giving the essence of yoga practiced by a Guru's follower, Guru says, by attuning him or herself to the word of the Guru, such a detached yogi dies to the self and stills his or her mind. This is what he or she has concluded as the way to yoga or union with God. Stanza 21. Maya moh bhavjal hai avdhu sabd taray kul tari sabd sur jug chare avdhu mani bhakt vichari. Regarding emancipation from Maya or worldly involvement, Guruji says, O yogi, remember that attachment to Maya, the worldly riches and power, is like a dreadful whirlpool. But by following the word of advice of the Guru, a Guru's follower ferries across his or her entire lineage. Stanza 22. Regarding the merits of a Guru's follower, he says, O yogi, throughout all the 4 ages, they who attune themselves to the Guru's word are the true heroes. Through the Guru's word, they keep God's devotion enshrined in their minds. Stanza 23. Sabd sur jag chare audu bani bhakt vichari e man maya moya audu niksa sabd vichari ape bakshe mel milaye nanak saran tumari. Now, describing how the word of the Guru helps us in getting rid of our worldly attachments, Guruji says, O yogi, this mind of ours has been captivated by the attachment for Maya, that is worldly riches and power, and it can be extricated from the grips of Maya by reflecting on the word and by following the advice of the Guru. Stanza 24. However, lest we fall a victim to any thoughts of ego, Guruji concludes the Shabad by reminding us about the absolute necessity of the grace of God for our salvation. He says, O my friends, it is on his own that God forgives a person and merges him or her into his union. Therefore, O God, Nanak has sought your refuge. Stanza 25-29. The message of this Shabad is that instead of going into many details of yogic postures, garbs and practices, we should reflect and act on the word of advice of our own Guru Granth Sahib Ji. By reflecting on the immaculate Shabad of the Guru, we would control our sense organs and our mind would become stable. Then automatically we would be in a state of attunement to God and would enjoy the music of continuous melody of the divine word. Then showing his mercy, God would unite us with him. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. SGGSP 907-908. Thank you.